Welcome back to Roadside Cemeteries. Today I'm on the 6th line of Innisfil. I'm going to do a cemetery walk here. This is a pioneer cemetery, and it's a very nice one, although it is lacking because, as you can see, it's on quite a hilly field. So a lot of these tombstones that are here are either falling over or have fallen over and they put them back up, or they're on quite leans. You can see over there, that one's on quite a lean by the fence there. So this cemetery, I'm going to give you a bit of history. That's really what this is about. I'm not so much targeting any particular person on the cemetery. So I'm going to give you a little history of this place. It's got a very cool history. And as you can see there, guys, there's a very cool big monolith with a cross on the top is for the entrance. Some old field stones they used, as well as the entrance. It's got a very nice entranceway here. So I'm going to get a good view, a good shot of this from the road as best as I can. Now, this cemetery was first established in 1840. There you go, guys. Look at that, eh? They put a little sign here that kind of obstructs it, but right here it says 6th Line Cemetery, Innisfil, guys. So you can see the nice, beautiful entryway up there. And this trail, this drive-through just drives around in a loop. You can come out over there. So there's a building there. Originally there was a church here, a very old wood frame church. Now that's an interesting story in itself. I will tell you that story as well. But first I'll take you over here and we'll read this plaque. It says 1832 to 1932. So the deed was actually given to these people up here. As you can see, you got Duncan, Jack, we got Todd, and there's a few more. They go all the way around these plaques, these small plaques up top. The deed was given to them by a man by the name of Gavin, in conjunction with the Presbyterian Church. So I'm going to let you guys read this, but I can read it to you as well. To commemorate this honored group of Scottish Dalhouse settlers, Alan Cross, Climie, Duncan, Laurie, Jack, Todd, and Wallace, who came to Innisfil in 1832 after 10 years stay in Dalhouse Township, Lanark County, Ontario. This emblem, erected by their descendants in 1932 and placed on this threshold of the pioneer log kirk and a later edifice. So I'm guessing that they were talking about the church that was here, guys. Now that is a very interesting story, the church itself. Now I do want to try to find some of the pioneer tombstones here for you guys. I'm hoping to find some of them names that are up there, Todd and Cross. Those guys were instrumental in this cemetery. They're all Scottish descendants. But as you can see, this is a very hilly place, guys. So the church that stood here, I don't know exactly where it stood. I'm maybe over by where that new building is, or a fairly new building. I don't know. But it was, again, it was a wooden frame church. And for some reason, they decided to sell it. So at the same time they were selling this church, there was some parishioners in Sutton, Ontario, that were actually looking for a building like a church. So they purchased the church for $500. So the church was purchased for $500 in 1927. In 1932, that's where these names come into play. All these names, guys, they all contributed to the task of moving this church from here to Sutton. Now, that is a grueling task in itself. So this church, they had to completely disassemble it. And you can imagine back in those days, they didn't have a lot of, tools and stuff like that. But it was still cheaper for them to move the church rather than just build a new one. Maybe because of the lack of tools, how long it took to do things. Like you had to cut the logs, you had to peel the logs, you had to notch all the logs. It was just a huge task. Now, guys, at the end of this video, I'm going to add a video with the actual church. I went to Sutton and I got a video of the church. I didn't get inside, it was nighttime, but I do have a beautiful video of the outside of this church. So I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. So let's get back to the moving of the church. So every day, these people from Sutton, these committed parishioners, would travel here every day to disassemble this church. And I'm guessing they disassembled even the stones that were on the church, the field stones, and put them back on, because it's full. The church actually looks just like that fence there and that monument, guys. It's all field stones on the outside. So yeah. So again, every day these guys would come here, slowly disassemble this church, and they had to number each piece of this church, which was overseen by a carpenter or a builder, to make sure that it was done properly. They would number every little piece to how it fit back together, so they would know. And they did this until this church was dismantled. And at that point, the tough task is just starting now, guys. They had to somehow get this church back to Sutton. So in those days, they really didn't have much in the way of huge vehicles and stuff to move stuff like that. So what they would do, or what they did, was use a team of horses, like several teams of horses and sleighs. So they disassembled this complete thing. They disassembled this church, and then each morning from Sutton, these guys would travel, like, from what I read, about 5:30 in the morning, they leave Sutton, get here, disassemble this church every day. And once it was disassembled, they had to wait for winter or for the colder months, right? So they could, because the idea was to move this across the ice from here to Sutton. You can do that. I think Cook's Bay was what they used, parts of that. They went, so they'd wait till the lake was frozen, at which point they would load these sleighs up to unimaginable capacity. They were saying that the sleighs were so heavy that they couldn't even get on the sleigh themselves. They had to walk beside their exhausted horses. And all they had was some lukewarm tea for the trip, as well as some cold sandwiches. So, I mean, if that's not ingenuity, I don't know what is, guys, or faith. People believing so deeply that they needed this church that they would go to great lengths to get it. It's pretty crazy in itself. But look at some of these tombstones, guys. They're all crooked. Like you can see, it's a big hill here, guys. And this one actually has come off the base, and the top piece is missing from it. But there's a plaque here. Let's take a look and see what this plaque says here, guys. McConkey. To honor, try to get out my shadow out of this, guys. To honor the memory of Thomas and Sarah McConkey, who settled in Innisfil in 1828 and established the McConkey family in America. This tablet is erected by their descendants. 1828 to 1928, guys. So I'm going to guess these are all, yeah, they're all McConkeys. So you got Thomas McConkey, January 23rd, 1862. Um, this one here is on the ground. It's been tipped on its face, so you can't even read it. We got another one here, guys. Another McConkey, William. It looks like January 29th, 1884. And there's something below that. So I don't know if that's his birth date or if it's his death date. I'm guessing death or birth date or death date, sorry. Another McConkey here. Now this one has been taken apart or fallen apart, so they reconstructed it. You can see the mortar they used to put this back together. But yeah, guys, I would love to find some of these other, like these people. They were original as well, for sure. But I would love to find some other of these names that are on that big mound over there. I'm not sure I will. Some of these are so worn that it's very hard to make them out. But I am going to take a little walk around here, guys, and just show you a little bit of this. See, that one over there is falling off its base, and now it just sits kind of in the ground there. But it's a very hilly spot. Like, I don't even think they used concrete pads to put these on. They just kind of set them there the way they are by the looks of it, and they started to slant, like lean over. So this one fell over, guys, but somebody is still stuck in the ground a bit. I'm not sure how that happened, so I won't be able to read that, but yeah. I think it says 1824 on it. Not sure the name of the guy or girl. Another one over here that's leaning, guys. We got a Margaret and John Goodfellow. July 21st, 1861, guys. 1861. Yeah, so anyways, back to the story of the church. So each day they would travel from here with sleighs and teams of horses to back to Sutton, where the church was to be reassembled to where it sits today. So that must have been a grueling task to do that back in those days. But just the same, they accomplished it. They put that church back together, and it looks better than ever to this day. So at the end of this video, like I said, guys, I will have a picture of it. I'm going to just walk over here. Or not a picture of it, guys. I have an actual video of it. Like, I'm almost afraid to walk through the cemetery because I will show you in a moment. But if this thing ever fell on you, well, I'd be part of this cemetery at that point. Look at this one, guys. It's so worn that there's nothing left on it, at least on this side. Nothing left on it. Oh, wait. We got a John George, it looks like. It's very hard to read. Only age 21. Died June 12th, 1860, it looks like. Yeah, but this is so weather worn. Like, even the top part here, you can see is kind of slid over. So that's going to topple at some point. They really need to get in here and put some concrete pads down and reset these things on them. Up here we got a beautiful monument, guys. And it's, I can't read the first name. Looks like David, maybe. Carlisle. Son of William Carlisle. Born in Eaglesfield, Dumfries, Dumfriesshire, Scotland, I believe. October 9th, 1824, guys. So this is one of the originals here. The name is not on there, I don't think, but still, this is an old old stone. Died in Toronto, October 23rd, 1865. So it wasn't that old either. Well, 77 it says. Or no, Margaret. His wife, David Carlisle, died August 21st, 1898 at 77 years of age. And the same, he was from Scotland. Yeah, guys. Look at this one, guys. This is one of the oldest ones I've seen in Canada anyways. In memory of David Johnston, born June 11th, 1794 and died October 15th, 1862. Native of Dumfries Shire, Scotland as well. Blessed are the dead, which die in the Lord. Oh. A little saying at the bottom there for you guys. Jesus saith, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So, yeah, guys. There's another one here in the ground, guys. Now, I didn't look at it, but when I did go online for this cemetery, it really is meticulous as far as the directory. They do have a directory that shows you where every person is buried. Now, I probably should have looked at that more clearly, but it was very hard to understand it anyways. You got to know the layout of the land, really, for that. But look at this. Look at some of these stones, guys. Now, I am looking for some of these older ones, like the names that are up there on that monument, like cross. I haven't found any yet. This one's sinking into the ground here, as you can see. Now, I hope I got my wind muff on my microphone thing, but I hope it is pretty windy here. I hope it's not getting through to you guys. I can't find my other wind muff, the one with that looks like a rabbit's foot. That would probably be better, but I'm hoping this will do the job. There's a McKinney. See what this one is over here, guys. There's nothing more irritating when their videos are full of wind. I know that because I have a few myself that are full of wind. Looks like Thomas Hunter died July 23rd, 1822, aged 80. That was a good long life for back then, or any time for that matter. See what this one says over here, guys. It's very difficult to read that. Maybe at home you guys can read it. Sometimes it comes out better on the camera afterwards. But yeah, I'm gonna walk down here. There's an old one right there you can see. So guys, I'm walking a little slow. I don't know what happened. I injured my foot somehow, and it's very difficult for me to walk. So you just have to bear with me. I apologize if this video drags on because of that. Because I gotta walk over to that one that looks like almost like a clock, and I'm hoping that is one of the original people from this cemetery. They may not even be buried here because they were the ones that I believe were set with the task of, well, they got the deed for it, and they were also the ones that moved the church over to Sutton. No, this isn't one of them, guys. This guy's name is Ferris. But look at that. Isn't that a beautiful monument? It says Hugh Ferris, January 20th, 1881. They died. 84 years of age. And Elizabeth, 1854 to 1935. So down that section is all newer guys. So I'm not even going to bother with that. No disrespect to anybody who's had anybody that just passed. But today I'm just looking for some older stones. So, but yeah, guys, could you imagine that? Like you having to truck this church in pieces all the way back to like Sutton. I'm not sure what the distance is. Maybe if I can, I'll get a map and I'll take a screenshot of it to show you the distance and the possible trail that they took over the lake. I will do it marker if I can. But yeah, it's not a short jaunt, that's for sure. Not even across the lake. So I got my brother-in-law Paul here today. I'm not sure where he disappeared to. But you see those pillars there, guys? That's a family plot over there. So I'm gonna go check that out. I don't think you can make any out on that. I don't see any actual stones, but they used to be rope or cable that went through those holes that you see on those small pillars, and this was a family plot at one time. But yeah, so this is old, guys, but you know, it's still crazy how they withstand the test of time, these old monuments. Yeah, see, they're basically gone. You can see a small piece. They're all buried in earth, like the earth just takes over. So I can't make that out. Maybe you guys at home can make some of that out. So I'll put that down there for you guys to see. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I just got to check the battery on my my speaker here because it has a very short lifespan, and I don't want to end up with half of this video with no voice. So, but I'm gonna take you over here, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I don't want to drag this out too much, guys. I'm not sure if you guys prefer the longer videos or the shorter videos, but I think it's imperative that I show you some of this, the way these tombstones are slowly tipping over. Like the slants these are on, eh? Like that one is on a base, so that one should be fine. Like look at this old one here, guys. It used to be in there, and it had fallen out, and it was just left, and now the earth has taken it over. This is another family plot here, guys. This one here as well fell on the ground, and it is now covered. Yeah. But if you look at this one, guys, this one was on a lean, and all they did was somehow lift it up and put a bunch of stones under it instead of putting a proper base. Here's one here, James Reed. Might actually be some relation to my wife. I'm not sure. I'm going to show you another one over here, guys. That'll be the final one, and then I'll cut this film. And I got many more videos on this channel you can check out of graveyard walks. I also am doing a 5-parter on hangings at the Barrie Jail, Barrie, Ontario, Canada. There was only 5 there. I've got 3 done and 2 to go. Now this one has a plaque on it, so I'm wondering if this is somebody of interest or they just put that there. says Ian David Jack, September 2nd, 1936 to November 9th, 1997. Interred at Kootenay National Park. There's one here, guys. Died at Barrie, July 6, 1887, age 46 years and 5 months. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So anyways, let's go over here. You see that big monument there? A huge thing there? Well, that actually used to be over here, I believe. And I drove by here one time. I drive for a living, so I get to drive and find all these cool cemeteries for you guys. And I just put them in my memory brain, like the back of my memory, and I remember them, and I want to come bring them back. I want to come back and do a little walk for you guys on them. I do that. But that monument used to be over here. And look at the fence, guys. It literally tipped right over. You can see the indentation right there in the ground. And it literally destroyed this fence from here to there. So it's still, that was a little while ago, and it still hasn't been fixed or replaced. So, I mean, that's the danger even walking through here, guys, because you just don't know. I mean, I could be walking over there. That one's pretty leaning, and that thing could fall right on me, and I don't even hear it. And then I'm a part of this. Somebody can do a cemetery walk on me. And what an idiot I am. So, yeah. Another beautiful old stone here. William and Sarah Adams. Look at these guys. These are so worn. You can never make these out, I don't think. Maybe on the camera. I can make out died 1871, aged looks like 45 years. I don't know what the name would be. It's all been corroded by weather and stuff. This one here has been busted. There's a little piece of it down there. Some more over there that's been broken right off. This one's in relatively good shape, though. You can really read this one. Jane Robert Gregg died September 1st, 1861, age 60 years. Wow, eh, guys? It's not really a long life either, but I guess for those days it was. We've got a McMahon. I don't think it's any relation to Vince McMahon from the WWE, but we got a Fraser there. Like through time, like this is a windy area, so even through time, like these things are getting sandblasted basically, especially back when this road was gravel. Some of these are just so far covered in earth, as you can see, guys. They're all just covered in earth here. Yeah, this one's not too bad. Here's actually a William Fisher. Now, the video I did on the recent third hanging at Barrie Jail, the victim was a Fisher. It was a Frank Fisher, though. But yeah. Yeah, there's also a story about this cemetery back in the day. I guess they got some reports of weird stuff going on here. Maybe some kind of ghost activity or something, guys. But it turns out it was just a bunch of prankster kids that were joking around and making fun. So the cops and everybody were called for it. But I guess it freaked a lot of people out. So, yeah. Well, guys, all my friends on YouTube, all my people that subscribe to my channel and people that don't, it doesn't matter. Subscribe if you like these videos. Like them, share them. I'd appreciate that. I love bringing these videos to you. I like doing them for myself and for you guys. But I figure if I'm going to walk around these places for myself, I might as well bring them to you guys. Some people are freaked out by cemeteries. I am not one of those people. Nobody can hurt you in a cemetery. They're already dead. So it's probably the safest place in the world. But that's neither here nor there. I just love looking at some of these old stones. Now, I've been doing some research online, and from what I've been reading, the oldest Canadian cemetery is in Nova Scotia. And at some point, I will get down there and hopefully get into that cemetery and show you guys the oldest Canadian cemetery. There's a bunch of beautiful ones in Toronto. I know you'll want to see just some fantastic, out of this world mausoleums. I do have some cool mausoleums on my channel if you check them out. The one from the Beck house, the Beck family, that guy had a very cool mausoleum built, and I take you right inside it. Please check that one out. Also, I have a paranormal channel with my brother-in-law, Paul. We got lots of videos on there. We got lots of great activity on our videos. Feel free to check that out. There's a link in my main description of this channel for that channel, and I got another channel that I'm just starting up. It's only got 2 videos, but it's a cool place to visit. It's going to be, I think I'm just going to make those videos really short. I do have quite a long one on there, which I don't think it needs to be that long. I just need to give you guys a taste, and maybe or maybe not, you can decide whether you want to visit these places here in Ontario, Canada. So look at these 2 little stones here, guys. Little baby stones. I wonder if they're children, maybe. It's very hard to read. And we'll put this there so you guys can possibly read it. I don't know if you can or not at home. But yeah, you can see there's so many that are just flat on the ground, and the earth is taken over now. So, but anyways, guys, I want to thank everybody that watches my channel, subscribes to it, shares it. But yeah, I'm gonna head back home now and start my day tomorrow. Back to work tomorrow. It's a long weekend here in Canada, so we got May 2-4 weekend. It is. Usually entails drinking a lot of beer. I haven't really drank any this weekend, but those are for the younger folks these days. But anyways, people, appreciate you. I'm just going to walk you over here to this here memorial plaque or whatever this is over here. It's made out of the same field stones as the rest of this stuff, by the looks of it. So let's just see what this one says, guys. I'll just put the camera up there. You guys can read it. I'll hold it there for a moment. You guys can read that. Oh, I'll read it too. In love and memory of Arthur Brooke Jack, beloved husband of Evelyn Warren, who died September 14th, 1940, in his 40th year. And down here it has the tribute in love and memory of Gertrude Evelyn Reed, March 21st, 1907 to August 3rd, 1994. Little angel on that one, guys. And there's Jack as well. So, all right, folks. I think Paul's ready to get out of here, so I bid you adieu, and I'll see you on the next video. So here I am in Sutton, Ontario, and this here is the church that used to be at the 6th Line Cemetery. It was moved here. I'm not exactly sure the date, but I will let you know later on when I do the full cemetery walk. But it's quite a building, guys. I don't think they do services here, I could be wrong. Oh, they do services. Look, April 28th and May 12th. So, but this is a pioneer church, guys. This was originally in Bradford on the 6th line, and it's quite a cool looking church, man. As you can see, I'm going to take a little walk around it, show you guys it. It's a little dark now, guys. I was just doing a paranormal search, and over in where was I? Over near the Port Perry I was, guys. We were doing Ghost Road. Be sure to check that out on my paranormal channel, or our paranormal channel. It's POP, in search of proof of paranormal. Check it out. We went down there, but look at this church, guys. Isn't this something? Wow. So this originally would have been on the 6th line where the cemetery is. That I will add the two videos together, guys, and you'll get to see the cemetery. We'll do a walk around it. Looks like that window's not even closed up there. But I'm gonna take a little walk around here, guys. Give you a look at this. Just gonna try to get every angle I can for you guys to see. This is quite something. So, walk around the side here. Here's some big windows here, guys. These here are obviously been replaced. Little window there. So it was deconstructed, I guess, and rebuilt here. So as you can see, guys, it's not a small church. So these back door here, big old doors. Old wooden door there, guys. But I'll go stand back a bit and give you a good view of it. I try to. So this is the back of it, guys. It is pretty cool, man. Like, look at the stonework in this, guys. Isn't that something? It's incredible. So this dates back to the 1800s. The early pioneers would have built this church on the 6th line of Bradford. And again, like I said, guys, I'm gonna put this video, I'm gonna cut it in with the video when I go back here. I just happen to be in this area, so it's a little bit out of the way, but I had to come here. There's no point in doing that Pioneer Cemetery unless I can give you this church too, guys. Isn't that something? So I'm gonna stand on the road and give you just a good shot from the road so you guys can see the true beauty of this St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, Pioneer Church. There it is, guys, in all its splendor, man. Look at that. Isn't that something? Wow, this is gorgeous. I gotta say, man, that is a beautiful church, especially for back in those days. What a church, guys. And look at the big, I'll go one more time to the door here, man. Look at this door, guys. I'm hoping that's an original door. It looks like it might be, but it almost looked like a door on a castle. You see this door, guys? Yeah, look at that. Look at the door. Wow. Isn't that something? Huh. Cool. So All right, guys, I'm going to skip out of here. It's about 2:30 in the morning. Like I said, we were doing a paranormal search for our paranormal channel, POP, in search of proof of paranormal. You guys check it out. There's a link in the main menu of this channel. Feel free to check it out. But yeah, isn't that an awesome church? And you're gonna love this video, guys. I know you will. And I'd love it if you shared it, subscribed. There's so many more videos. I'm gonna have some really cool videos coming your way, guys. So anyways, peace out, guys. I'll see you the next time.